The best ribeye steaks come from the dollar store. What? Now, I'm a fan of the dollar store. We all know that. Even bought some food there, like frozen peas or something like that. But they sell steak. Y'all, nothing good can come from a dollar steak. Is it really meat? Not sure. Where does it come from? Not sure. But I'm about to find out all those answers. I just have to know. Oh yeah, hold on. A ribeye. All right, y'all, get ready. This is so thin. Let's get cooking. Inquiring minds want to know, what the heck is a steak that you can buy for $1? But think about it. I mean, you can get tuna steaks in a can or in a pouch for $1. We eat that all day long. At least I do. Can we talk about the thinness here? It is 3.5 ounces. Listen, that's a raw weight. Let me tell you, as a cooking professional, I know that it is going to shrink when it is cooked. We're talking maybe 2 ounces of meat here. Hope you're not hungry. But I think the first question a lot of people have is it really meat, or there's no way it can be steak, or what is it? It says it is beef, so there you go. They are not gonna be allowed to put this on a label as USA beef if it does not contain beef. I'm a little alarmed though because it says made with USA beef. Does that mean there is something else with it? This contains 30% of a water-based solution. So that's a marinade or something to give it flavor, something to bulk it up a little bit. So we're really talking only 70% of this 3 ounces is meat. Inspected and passed by the Department of Agriculture. Okay, smells fine, doesn't really have an odor. The color is quite brown, but like I said, that's what happens when you freeze steak. I don't know if it's usually this brown or not. There are some little hints of red in here. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to cook this up. I'm gonna taste it myself, and then I'm going to see if my fellow coworkers will be able to tell the difference between the dollar steak and the more expensive variety. Now I'm gonna treat this the same way I would a regular steak. So I'm gonna add a little salt, good bit of pepper, add a little olive oil. I suspect that it's probably gonna be a little bit chewy because it's gonna be hard to cook this medium. It has an aroma. It must be whatever the solution is. It definitely looks better cooked than raw. I mean, it looks like a steak, a very thin, small portion of steak. I'm going in. I just kind of want to get this over with. You can see it doesn't look terrible. It's got some good little caramelization, chunks of black pepper. Cuts more tender than I thought it would. You're definitely not going to get that pink center. Here goes nothing. There's a texture thing going on, and that has to do with the solution and the freezing. It's super tender. So where I said it was gonna be chewy, I mean, it has a chew factor, but it almost disintegrates a little bit as you chew it. So it's not stringy like a tough piece of overcooked steak would be. I don't know if you can see in there, but you don't get like the grains of meat. Like when you slice through a steak, you know, you can cut it against the grain because it's very visible how the grain runs in the meat. It's not so visible here. It almost looks like it's pressed together. So maybe it went through this massive tenderizing process where it was pressed really hard. It's like it was formed into a patty that looks just like a steak. I don't think anyone is going to have a problem telling the difference between a fresh butcher steak and the dollar store steak. I guess we'll go through the process anyway, but my guess is that everyone will be able to tell the difference. I've cooked the steak and tried to cut it very similarly. I've tossed in some peppers and onions to represent, you know, some fajita meat. So time to see if anyone can tell the difference.
think that's a dollar store steak.
Based on smell.
Texture.
You would be correct.
That one is more flavorful, but it's so soft. This one is not as flavorful, but it has good like texture to it.
Okay. What if I told you one of these steaks is from the dollar store? Could you guess which one?
This is very, very tender one.
2 out of 2.
I think you overpaid.
This kind of tastes like a gyro meat. Maybe kind of like it's been emulsified at one point and then brought back together. I mean, it's got a lot of flavor. This tastes more like steak to me.
What if I told you that one of these steaks was from the dollar store? Do you think you could pick which one?
Would it be this one?
I think you're right. That's 3 out of 3 people who can clearly tell the difference between the dollar store steak and a fresh steak from the grocery store. Nobody really knocked it 100%, so it's just the texture thing, and that just has to do with the marinating in the solution and the possible forming it back together, mainly the texture. It is just a little bit softer than traditional steak. Would it suffice if you're on a budget and you need some protein? Definitely. In the meantime, I think I'll keep my dollar store purchases limited to party favors and hair ties. I'll save my steaks for the grocery store. Nicole, why do you wear the same shirt in 50 videos? Well, we have $0 in our budget, so we have to buy our steak from the dollar store, and I have to wear the same shirt for 20 videos that I bought myself.